Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Crazy Sports. I am your host, Dave. I'm joined by the one, the only former Green Bay Packer, Jordan Angus. Jordan, what is up, man?
I would not make it in the NFL, man. I would not. I can run real fast, but as soon as I get touched, I'd be dust.
Well, you know what? I could have been an NHL player. I used to play hockey at a
Yeah.
very high level, and yeah, prospect. I'm a huge prospect for the NHL. Just a couple of things holding me back. Not fast enough, not big enough, and just not skilled enough. Otherwise, I was a freaking shoe in, man. So, thoughts on the new intro, man? I put a lot of effort into this, probably about 4 minutes of effort into this intro, man.
You can tell.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
You know that old saying, you get what you pay for, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, do you want a video? Yeah, I got 4 minutes. It's gonna be crap, but hey, it's a video, man.
Sure. What do you got? What do you got?
What have I got?
Yeah. What do you got? What do you got
Uh,
on tap for us today, man? I'm ready. My day ended early, so
so you just want to get right into this, man.
I'm pumped. I've been pumped for this all weekend.
All right, so we're gonna talk about we got we're trying new segments, so we're gonna try a segment called the Crazy Sport of the Week, where we introduce a really unique sport that people may not know about. So crazy sport, we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna we're gonna get into crazy videos and our reaction to them. We got some pretty incredible and hilarious videos that we're gonna show in a bit. So stay tuned for that. But we're gonna start off with the PWHL, Professional
Yeah.
Women's Hockey League. Jordan, you've been to a game, or at least one game in Ottawa. Your initial thoughts on the PWHL in season 1 in Ottawa?
I was supposed to go to a game. I was supposed to.
Okay.
I had tickets, and we had an emergency, and unfortunately, we couldn't go. Which is a big bummer. Big bummer. I think we were going to be watching Ottawa versus Boston.
Yep.
What I can say though is I've been down near Lansdowne during the time of some of the games, and man, people are flocking to the arena to go watch them. I've watched a lot of the games on TV, and I gotta say, man, I'm pumped. I can't wait to see what this is gonna bring the next few years, especially for Ottawa.
Well, I went to the home opener. I was
Yeah,
fortunate enough to have tickets, and honestly, Jordan, I've always been a fan of the women's game of hockey, like in the Olympics, World Championships. I've always really liked the brand of hockey they play. I mean, obviously they're not as skilled and talented as the NHL, but just as a game, I've always had I've always thought it's a little bit more entertaining than the NHL, the brand that they play, and I found the same thing in the PWHL. It's such a cool brand. It's like watching the NHL in the 1980s, where it's up and down the ice, scoring chances all over the place. They're not perfect playing any kind of system, but it's a fun, entertaining game. I mean, it's just so much fun to watch.
what I enjoyed from this season, anyways. Um, you can see that the system is that they're playing, right? And yes, they might not be as skilled right now as NHL players, but with the way that it's being marketed and advertised, as much as it's not like the NHL, I can't wait for 10 to 15 years from now when the funding goes into women's hockey as it should be, and we're going to get to see that skill level. Yes, it's a different style of play, but man, they're moving fast. They're looking crisp. The goaltenders. I think some of these goaltenders in the women's league are absolutely insane.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting, and I might sound like I'm just trying to blow smoke up it and everything because a lot of people will be like, "Oh, it's women's hockey, it's boring." No, if you watch it, watch the game. It's exciting. Like it's really good. I'd rather watch a PWHL game right now than the OHL game. And I went to a 60 to sevens game last weekend. And yeah, it's fun, it's good, but I'm telling you, these ladies are really impressive.
They are. And the thing I like about it is, I mean, the NHL, they're so good at their systems and playing the system that sometimes it gets boring. Like,
Yeah.
if a team wants to shut down the other team and they make a decision, they're going to shut them down. They do it. I mean, there's hardly any scoring chances. I mean,
Can't even
like
get through
you
the
say,
neutral zone, man.
yeah, yeah.
It's
So I mean, I love this brand, but more specifically, the PWHL has done four things, like four rule, not changes, but they've got four rules that are different than the NHL, which I think eventually the NHL is going to implement some of them. But the first thing is the point system. Like in the NHL, if you win a game, you get 2 points. Whether you win it in regulation or in overtime, you get 2 points. If you lose a game in overtime or a shootout, you get one. So essentially, there's 3 points up for grabs. What the
I have been hating that NHL point system for many years. Can't stand it. Once they brought in that overtime rule with the shootout and trying to get the games ended, and it doesn't end in the tie, I've been saying for years it needs to be 3 points. You're gonna have
100%.
it's gonna make the games mean something. You see the last 30 seconds of the game, the guys are all just they're sitting behind the net waiting for the time to end. Play for that 3 points because especially nowadays, it's really close. Like teams are tying in points, and it comes down to tiebreakers on your record, right? I can't stand that.
Yeah, it's hideous. And I mean, I can't understand the standings. I mean, you got wins, losses, overtime, win, overtime, loss. You know, it's very, very complicated. So what the PWHL has done is if you win a game in regulation, you get 3 points and the other team gets none. If it goes to overtime or a shootout, the winning team gets two and the losing team still gets one. So every game there's 3 points handed out, where in
Yep.
some cases the NHL there's only 2 points handed out. And the standings are a bit deceiving in the NHL because a team could have more points than they really deserve, if you know what I mean. Like they're not as good as what the number of points they have. Whereas the PWHL, you work hard for the 3 points in regulation. And I
Yep.
think it's a great system.
Yeah. NHL definitely needs to adopt that system into their rules big time.
100%. Another rule that they put in the league that I think the NHL should is if a team scores a shorthanded goal, their player comes out of the penalty box. So in a power play situation, regardless of who scores, if there's a goal scored, the penalty's over. I think it's brilliant. What do you think, Jordan?
I keep going back and forth on this one. When the rule first came out, I thought it was like you. I thought it was brilliant. I was like, man, this would make so many more teams play more aggressively on that power play instead of we'll just reset it, blah blah blah, right? But it also would make the penalty kill more aggressive instead of staying in that what you call it, the diamond setup, box setup, just trying to block passing lanes and stuff like that. You get to be a little bit more aggressive because you're going to be rewarded for it. Where I have an issue, or maybe not so much an issue, but a concern, is when you get a double minor for like high sticking and the guy draws blood, right? That's 4 minutes versus two. What do you do then if there's a shorthanded goal? Do you just keep the power play going or what? And then at the same time, it's when you have some of these calls that are made, is to kind of lower the tension of the game a bit because they all get high strung. So if you have a guy sitting in the box for 20 seconds and you score a shorthanded goal, he's coming out. What's the point? You're not really being punished for what you did, right? So I keep going back and forth because I think it'll be very entertaining for the fans if this was the case. But at the same time, I don't know if the NHL is the league for it. I think the PWHL should keep that rule implemented in their system. Especially, I don't believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe they're going to have to worry too much about the double minor drawing blood. They all of them have the
Oh, that's
cages,
true.
right?
That's true.
So yeah, it's one I'm back and forth on. I love the rule. I think it's great for that league. I don't know if it's NHL ready or if the NHL is ready for that yet. I think there's enough crappy reffing going on in the NHL league that
Yeah.
too much for them. Too much. They can
Yeah.
barely get it right now.
Yeah, no kidding. That's a whole show on its own.
Yeah.
Um, the third thing, and we got two more to go through. The third thing is a shootout. So in the NHL, you have 3 rounds of shootout, and if it's still tied after that, you go to sudden death. PWHL has increased it; it's 5 instead of 3. So just I guess more entertainment watching 2 more penalty shots than 3. So I don't know if you have any strong thoughts on that at all, or
No, that one I think it's fine. If the NHL brought that in, that'd be great. It is more entertaining for I find the kids. I'm kind of old school. I like the play overtime until the game is done in overtime. But I can understand why it's done, right? These people get tired. It becomes long if you're not scoring. So I'm cool with it. I think that's another thumbs up for me. Keep that.
You got 2 thumbs up here. The last one is, and it was just announced today, so you may not know about this, is in the playoffs. And I love this idea. I love this idea. The number 1 team gets to choose who they play in the first round of the playoffs. I think it's amazing. I think the in today's day and age of drama and animosity and rivalries, I love this idea. I think it's brilliant. I think it's going to create rivalries, and it's going to create the animosity that the NHL doesn't have. Like right now, I dare you to name one good rivalry in the NHL. Everything's so watered down and it's so generic that there's no good rivalries. So I think this is such a great move in terms of the drama, the animosity of it. I think I love this idea. Love it.
Well, and it's very, you can be very strategic about it, right? Like if you have a last place seed coming into a playoff push and they're coming on a hot streak like Florida did last year, why would you want to play them? Right? Why would you want to play a team that's not doing so well? They got some injuries and crap like that, and they're barely made it into the playoffs. I would be taking the team that's hurt, get those playoff jitters out of the way early on in the first round instead of playing a team that's coming in hot. So that's going to be such a game changer.
I love it. And imagine if you're the team that they pick, you're like,
More,
okay, you want to pick us? Like, man, you got a chip on your shoulder, man. It's going to create so much, not hostility, but I think it's just going to ratchet up the tension and the rivalry.
It's like
big time.
It's like when Florida beat Boston and all the Leafs fans were cheering, "We want Florida."
Yeah.
And Florida's like, "Yeah, you want it? Okay, we'll give it to you." I think it's going to be like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's a great move. I don't ever see the NHL doing this, but I think the NHL needs to do something to create rivalries again, whether it's divisional playoffs or whatever, because it's so watered down, man.
They need to go back to the early 2000s, three divisions in a conference.
Yep.
Let them play each other multiple times. I don't care about seeing a team every freaking season, okay? I don't see that in football. I don't care if I see it in hockey. Okay, I want to play Toronto more than 3 times we played them this year.
Yep.
Like you need that. You need to create a story for the playoffs that gets people to buy into your product more. There's more ratings on your TV stations or cable, whatever the hell you're watching hockey nowadays. It's streaming services, but you want people to be invested into the playoff games. And I think the best way is when you have them playing each other this many times in the regular season. So I don't know if it's going to get fixed. I don't think it will. I think the players like it the way it is, but it's just, for me, it's not doing it.
I agree. I mean, and I think back to when they changed it from how it used to be in the divisions. They said, well, we're seeing the same team too many times. Like you'd see, the Hartford Whalers 8 times a year.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe so, but the playoffs were just epic because you played the same teams every year. And you built up these rivalries that, I mean, now it's a bracket. I mean, okay, they're trying to be maybe too much like the NBA with these stupid brackets, and
it's a bracket and you're still playing the same damn teams. Like it's the same teams over. So what's really changed? Nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
I miss it because I used to see, it would be awesome watching, Toronto, Ottawa, and Philly. There was like the love triangle of the playoffs, right? Ottawa could beat Philly. Philly could beat Toronto. Toronto would beat us. And it was just like, it meant more. It felt like it meant more. Maybe because I was younger too then, but the playoffs seemed to have more meaning. And I don't think I've really been invested in the playoffs as much as I had when I was a younger kid. Even when Ottawa wasn't doing so well, it was more entertaining to watch, in my opinion.
Yeah, big time. I mean, think back to the last playoff series where you couldn't wait till the game. It was Ottawa-Montreal. I forget what year, 2016 or whatever it was.
My God.
That was incredible. Incredible.
Yeah, they hated each other.
They did. Yeah, there's not enough hate in this world, Jordan. I'm telling you, not enough
Well,
hate in this world.
it's the competitiveness of the sport, right? You don't see that anymore. Now it's like everybody's in love with each other, and it's just I don't know. I'm not saying you have to necessarily hate, but show that competitiveness that I missed. You know, like,
agree 1,000%. Anyway, so that's what's going on in the PWHL. Time to move on to our crazy sport of the week. Crazy sport of the week.
my favorite segment.
Yes. And this week's sport, hang on here, bear with me. Again, Raul's got the day off again. Jerk. So
What a slacker.
stuff. I know. Like, come on, Raul. Like, man, do you ever work? Here we go. All right. It is the
Oh yeah.
I've seen this before, but I discovered this about a year ago, and I've been trying to write a comedy bit about this unsuccessfully so far. It's PFC Pillow Fight Championships. And when I saw this, I thought I am tailor-made for this sport because I used to have slumber parties and I used to just beat the crap out of my cousins in pillow fights. Great sport, man. Great sport.
Oh gosh, yeah. I watched this with a couple buddies. We were having a couple beers. We were waiting for a game to come on, and this was what was on in between. And at first, we were like, "What the fuck is?"
It's amazing, man. And I mean, if you look at the events, I mean, they got a big event coming up soon. But I think there's a video down here. Yeah, if we scroll here, yeah. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna play this just for a bit, and maybe you can commentate on it here.
On the offense, lots of athleticism.
What? Yeah.
60.
What?
17 years old. Beautiful. That's exactly
Holy.
what you want to see. A
Woo.
real life
Look at that
video
guy.
game player. That is it. In Carvalho.
Oh man, he almost went night.
It's a composite material used here, so it does hit a little bit harder. And whoever sells our first ever takedown, and that is a point scored.
Wow.
The guy got taken down. Are you serious?
What's in his pillow?
What I'm liking for
I don't know
Turbo
what's
is
in
he's
there,
cutting
man.
off Simon from jumping around.
Oh!
Headshot. Beautifully done. To the
This
window.
is
To
insane.
the moon.
Oh, the Joker. I've seen this guy.
This is a rock and sock and brawl between these two. He's that pillow.
Wow, the Joker with a couple of headshots.
They're just taking it.
This is crazy, man. These guys look like they're in pretty good shape, man. Oh,
Well, some of them are MMA fighters, man.
seriously, eh?
Yeah.
Look at this. We got women, the women's category.
Teams are very good
This
here,
is-
especially in
and that's
PFC.
what we all dreamed of, right?
Dodging.
Yeah,
By
exactly.
Danilo.
Ooh.
Oh, he knocks him into the ropes. He almost fell.
Oh,
Bang!
I love it, man. What the hell is that guy doing?
I don't. Yo, Pink Pillow looks tough.
It does, man. It looks like
He's got weights in there.
Another headshot.
Oh,
Just locked
well, that
in.
guy's cocky.
And he's playing. Oh, he's throwing.
Oh, come
And
on
that's
now.
what people love, and that's what the judges like, or at least the referee at this point.
Put it on TikTok. Another 360. Both players very defensive here in the final 30 seconds. Blocking every
One guy's
shot.
got bare
Unlike
feet,
your
man.
average. Oh, he got blocked with that 360.
Strategy.
That's maybe the difference. Apollo might take this
Another
home, Evan.
360.
Blocked again. Now, if you hit the 360, you hit the hand, and your hand hits your.
Someone's got to get something action here.
Yeah, Carvalho, great 360 shot.
That's
How do you
a
knock?
three-pointer.
How do you knock
That's a
somebody
three
out? in
right
this thing?
there.
And now he eggs on Turbo.
And do it in a couple of
You give him
3
NyQuil before the
seconds
next
left.
round.
Final
Yeah,
shot
exactly.
by Turbo.
great stuff.
And the reversal.
Turbo, very stationary. He's just like a moving offensive target.
Oh, is that a double 360?
And
It's double
Afraid of this
360.
matchup.
a very athletic dude.
They can't do math, eh? At 720.
Practitioner.
Yeah, exactly.
Which comes into play in pillow fight. Beautiful 360 shot.
Headshots are the key in this sport.
For Kenta to finally get gold. She
Oh.
lost her footing there, Evan.
Whoa.
What is in the pillow?
I would love to know, man. Well, man, let's find out the rules.
I got a couple takeaways from this, okay?
Yep, go ahead, man.
Firstly, we need to do more research on the women's division of the Pillow Fighting League. Okay, just research purposes. What are the differences between the men's league and the women's league? Okay, what
Yeah.
what do they stick in their pillows? Is it? It sounds like medicine ball, like, or a dodgeball, like when he was getting whacked there at the end there.
Yeah, it's definitely not foam. There's something in there. But here's a page of do's and don'ts. So you can swing your pillow at full force. Obviously. Dodge, avoid strikes to the head. Duh. No, I'm going to actually step into one and let my head get hit. Incorporate showmanship into fight. Okay, these are not really rules. Okay, the don'ts. Don't hit opponent with any part of your body. Don't drop your pillow. That's good advice. Do not grab opponent or their pillow. No pushing or charging opponent, and no two-handed overhead strikes. I think we
just saw that. Yeah, we saw that.
That guy should have been banned for life, man.
Yeah, that's so dangerous.
Okay, here we go. So the scoring, you get 3 points for a 360-degree strike to the head. Knockdown is 5 points. Leg strike unbalanced equals 1 point. Wow. Can we find out what's in the pillows?
Do you get extra points if you knock somebody out but put the pillow by their head as they're falling to give them some cushion?
I don't know, man. That's a good question. That is a
and then
good
another
question.
a bonus point for tucking him in. You know.
Well, okay, here's my question. How do you train to become a pro pillow fighter? What is involved in the training?
I don't know. How many sleepovers have you done? How many years of experience do you have in a sleepover?
A lot. I have a lot.
Well, there you go.
I usually wet the bed though, so I don't know if that's a good thing.
That might be extra points.
My God. Okay, let me ask you this, Jordan. If you became a pro pillow fighter, and your mom was at a cocktail party, and they asked her what does your son do? What do you think she would say?
Oh gosh, I don't even. How could you be proud of that? My son professionally pillow fights.
You could say he's a professional athlete.
Is this? Yeah, but then they're gonna follow up with what kind of athlete is he?
Well, that's when you get. Well, he's in combat sports.
He's in combat sports. Yeah. Oh
okay,
God.
So you're gonna be your mother. I'm gonna be. I'm gonna pretend I just met you at a cocktail party. All right.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, I got it.
All right, you ready? All right.
Tell me.
Oh, Mrs. Angus, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Do you have any kids?
Unfortunately.
Oh, and what does he do?
Which one? I got 3. 2 are disappointments. One's a beautiful angel.
The beautiful angel. What does your beautiful angel do?
Well, he's only 9. He's in school still. So.
Oh. What about the one who's a Green Bay fan? What does he do?
Oh, he's just such a disappointment. It's such a disappointment.
Oh, why do you say that? What does he do?
He's in combat sports, so it's not. It's such a risky sport. It's
combat sports like boxing.
No, nothing cool like that. Nothing cool like that.
Oh, what? Like MMA? Like what?
I wish it was that cool. He just. It's so embarrassing to talk about.
Oh. It's a safe space. Safe space.
Is it though? Is it?
No.
My son pillow fights for a living. He could have been a lawyer, but instead he's taking his pillow that he sleeps on and puts between his legs, and he's smacking people with it for a living.
You must be so proud, Mrs. Angus.
It couldn't get any worse.
Is that why you're drinking?
Well, obviously, wouldn't you drink if your son was in pillow fighting and he was straight? Oh.
No, no. I think I would move. I'd leave the country.
Yeah, I've tried.
Wow. Well, there you go. Pillow fighting. Well, they got a board of directors. If you want to register to fight, you can go to fightpfc.com. Put your name in, and yeah.
I'd be afraid to, because I would put my name in to fight these guys. They'd watch this crappy segment that we just did, and they'd probably put a brick in their pillow and be like, "Yeah."
God, pillow fighting. Jeez. Well,
Yeah, I actually watched that too for like a good hour with my buddy.
yeah. I it's entertaining, but I think after like 12 seconds, you're like, okay, this is boring.
Yeah,
But,
it was.
They're
It
making
was.
a go of it. So there you go, man. So
Make a
that's our
sport out of anything.
yeah, that's our crazy sport of the week. We got to move on to the videos of the week.
Do you want to? Did you get my the video of us doing the medieval fight?
The medieval fight, I did.
Yeah,
Oh,
we should.
yeah, did you want to show that?
Yeah, I mean, we went at this real hard.
You actually want to show this, eh? It's embarrassing, man.
It's embarrassing for me. You did fine, but we tried it.
All right. While I'm getting this up, do you want to set it up and let everybody know like where we were, how this came about?
Yeah, we did this near Parliament Hill for tons of people to see it. If you didn't know what medieval MMA fighting is, we talked about that in previous episode. And basically, you just get all geared up in knight armor and whack the living bejesus out of each other. And so Dave and I, we decided we were going to try it. Right? We need to try the sport, and I might have been mistaken on who I was up against. When somebody brings their own gear, you know you're screwed. And I was well. If you can play the clip, they're going to see.
All right, here it comes.
Show me how the grass tastes, little man.
No. So I'll play it again because it's really short. But I'll play it again. But
what was your battle cry? Tell me how the grass tastes, little man.
Yeah, so I'm the one in with the blue shield. So I'm facing the camera, and you have your back to the camera.
Yeah,
and you came at me really quick, but
I just want to say this is a horrible.
I trained for weeks, man.
Yeah, this is a horrible angle though, because I'm pretty sure I'm taller than you, but in this video I've lost like 6 inches in height. Like this is
well. That's part of my strategies. I had lifts in my boots because I studied. I did research, and and the research showed that if you come at your opponent from a higher angle, then that's 90% of the battle is
you went with the Obi-Wan Kenobi technique, and you took the high ground.
I did, and the battle cry. I also trained, and the professionals told me the battle cry is very important because it intimidates the opponent, and it worked. So I'll play it again and just hear the results, man. So I'm glad you recovered, but you were in rough shape. So here we go.
Show me how the grass tastes, little man. Show me how the grass tastes, little man.
You came at me. You were like exposed, man. You were left yourself wide open.
I didn't learn anything in jiu-jitsu or Muay Thai. Nothing. This would have benefited if we had that pillow fight. You could have tucked me in after the fight.
How did the grass taste, little man?
Like lawn clippings.
I think I'll just play it one more time because I've had 5 fights in my life and I've never won a fight, so I need to see this again.
Show me how the grass tastes, little man.
I love it, man. I love it. Oh, great. Yeah, it was great, man. So whenever you want a rematch, man, just let me know. Let me know.
I'm gonna take some time off.
Oh man. So yeah, you were I texted you the next day and I didn't get an answer for about 3 days. So I think you were in rough shape, man.
The doctor recommended that I stay off screens for a while.
That was great, man. So yeah, if we have a rematch, we'll make sure to record that as well. So Anyway, are you still okay to go through the videos of the week? Because I know your tolerance level is pretty low. I mean, you can't, until the
Hold on, I'll refill. I'm good.
Okay, good. All right, so all right, okay, this is a really interesting video. I'm gonna call this the dad loser of the week. Dad loser of the week. Here it comes. Oh, I'm gonna play that one more time. Man. What a move!
He didn't even jump high.
His feet did leave the ground, man. I'll give him that. And it was a great fake.
Great pick. The fake was 10 out of 10.
It was epic, man.
The guy had no hop.
No, he did not. All right, this next one is I'm going to give this guy. I'm going to give him the Boss of the Week. Boss of the Week award goes to this guy. Here we go. He takes a fastball from Roger Clemens in the ribs, catches it with his arm, and then drills it back to Clemens.
Aren't steroids amazing?
Yeah. Oh, I love that one, man.
Want to make your sport interesting? Do some steroids.
Absolutely, man. That's pretty cool. All right, this next one is well, I guess you can consider this a new sport. It's called beaver curling.
Ja pierdolę, patrz, co spotkałem. Bubr, kurwa! Ja pierdolę, jakie bydle! Bobber!
Did you see that beaver sweep, man?
That was perfection.
Watch it again. Watch it again, man. This is a new team. They're trying to win the Canadian Championships.
Ja pierdolę, patrz, co spotkałem. Bubr, kurwa! Ja pierdolę, jakie bydle! Bobber!
I'd like to know who the hell is commentating that. Yerba burba.
It's Russell Peters.
Yeah, Russell Peters. All right. Any comment on that one, Jordan?
No, I mean, no. I got nothing.
All right. This next one is the referee bump of the year. Referee bump of the year. Here we go.
He really sold that one.
So I'll play it again in case you didn't notice, but watch the ref. He hits every rope on the way down. You couldn't do that if you tried, man.
No.
How do you do that, man? There's no way that was intentional. No way.
If it was, that was a fantastic sell. That was a fantastic sell.
Great sell, but there's no way he can't. There's no way he went into that ring saying, I'm going to hit every rope with my head. There's no way. Not a chance.
Bet me $5 I can't do that.
Yeah. Well, maybe if we do MMA inside the ring and I knock you out again, maybe you'll do that.
Yeah, we'll bring it.
Yeah. All right. I got here's a good one. This maybe you haven't seen this one, might be before your time, but it's a commercial for Sprite with a very famous wrestler. Here we go.
Wow, the stinger.
Timmy, I'm from the Dream Come True Fantasy Foundation. You ready to wrestle?
You bet. Mom, Dad, it's really him. Hold on. Now I'm ready.
It looks so real.
Don't count on Sprite to do anything but quench your thirst.
Have you ever seen that before?
No, I've never seen that. You know what? I just want to say great timing because Sting just retired.
That's right.
So, good for him. Congratulations on having an amazing career. And definitely that's top 5 commercials of all time. I'm so glad it just to the kid. Good.
Yeah, brilliant. I'm sure you couldn't get away with that today, but do you
Gosh,
want to see it one more time?
Yeah, you have to.
All right, here we go.
Wow, the stinger.
Timmy, I'm from the Dream Come True Fantasy Foundation. You ready to wrestle?
You bet. Mom, Dad, it's really him. Hold on. Now I'm ready.
It looks so real.
Don't count on Sprite to do anything but quench your thirst.
Oh, it's like Thanksgiving at the Joseph household, man. Oh, I love that.
I love how he's like, yeah, fuck your Sprite. I don't.
Yeah, exactly. All right. What else we got with crazy videos? Oh, here's one. This one needs no introduction. The jock. Oh, there you go. Yeah, good music. Jockey one.
I was feeling it.
Actually, the
That's-
horse one.
The horse won and the jockey got fired.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to know, was that the first time that horse won? Because if so, that jockey was holding him back.
Exactly. Exactly.
Jeez.
I'll have to look into that. I'm not sure. I got a couple more pillow fighting ones.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Oh, this one is I think the first and only ever knockdown in the sport.
Evening, you gotta keep the distance. That's the first warning.
How does Dorney avoid the size mismatch? How does she use her size to her advantage?
You know, it's unlike. We may have a knockdown, Evan. We may have a knockdown.
Yeah. Hold on a second here.
Trying to catch her breath. Just have a count.
This is the first of 3 rounds.
She's ready to go. She says, "Wow." It's only been 2 knockdowns in the history of PFC.
Oh, no.
Wow!
Her shoulder gives out.
Wow!
And Dorney wins the title.
Wow!
$5,000 for the journey.
That is pathetic, man. Pathetic.
Little Barbie took down the Goliath.
Use your other arm for crying out loud.
Yeah. Oh, what happened to your shoulder? Pillow injury.
If you have to friggin' submit in a pillow fight, like, my God.
The only way I'm submitting in a pillow fight is if the pillow's over my head for too long, you know?
Oh, man. That is embarrassing. Embarrassing.
My shoulder.
Oh, my shoulder. All right, I got one more pillow fighting clip, and that's all I got for videos, man. So here's another pillow fighting clip.
Feintings are very good here, especially in PFC. You want to throw up great dodging by Danilo. Ooh. Oh, he lost his footing into the ropes. He almost fell.
You're a loser, man. Loser.
You snooze, you lose.
Oh, Jordan. Come on, man. Come on, man.
I had to.
You can do better.
I had to. I've already used. He's going night. Like.
Oh, I do have one more. Sorry, I got one more. This is a.
That last one was a little soft. So.
Oh. I need like a rim shot sound effect, man.
Yeah.
This is a
the
kid
production.
who is, yeah, no, I'll have one for next time for sure. But this is a kid who is umpiring a kid's baseball game, and yeah, he went at the parents, man. Check this out.
Want to know what I just told him? If you don't,
We already heard you.
I'm gonna forfeit the team.
We're
So
done.
shut up
We're
when the
done.
game's
Okay.
over.
The game's over.
Okay.
Oh boy, huh? Feel better?
I feel fine. You feel okay? You
I feel great.
the game for your kid. For what?
Yeah, exactly.
Because you want to argue balls and strikes in a little
We
league
didn't argue
game?
balls and strikes. He walked up like a man to you.
And this guy's a firefighter who protects your neighborhood.
Love it. I love it.
I used to coach children's softball, and I
Yep.
have to tell you that's exactly what it's like. You are in a non like competitive team. Your kids are just trying these out. Sometimes it's for the very first time, and these parents get heavy involved into it. They were complaining. We had my assistant coach was pitching for our own team, and that's just the way the rules are, okay? Especially at that young of an age, you pitch to your own team, and it's underhand. You get 6 tosses, and if you don't hit it, you're done. Move on to the next. The parents were complaining because they were trying to say, and this is from the opposing team, your pitcher is way too close, even though there's a line, and he's cheating. And I'm like, and we all the coaches basically had to tell the parents, you need to stop, because they were using harsh language around the kids. Like, and it's not everybody makes the playoffs. It's just a regular season game. No one cares at this point. We're just here so the kids can have a good time. Don't do that. You're ruining these kids' games. Like, that's. I'm glad the ump said done. You want to talk like that? Done.
100%. Parents are insane.
Yeah.
Insane. Like, get a life. It's just a kid's game. They're
Like-
not going to the majors, man. Get a grip.
No.
Get a grip. Yeah. I mean, I coached my son in baseball as well, and some of the parents are just freaking sane.
Yeah. I used to have a meeting at the beginning of the year. I'd have the kids come out, they practice with the assistants, and it's right away, because I'm the head coach, I look young, blah, blah, blah. I already know that crap. So I have to right away put a nip on that. And I would tell the parents, listen, I know I look 18. I'm much closer to 30. Now I'm over 30, but I'm much closer to 30. I know what I'm doing. You might not like the position your kid's in, but in baseball and softball, every position is very important. So after 6 games, I'm going to have these kids in their designated positions, whether you like it or not, because I know that the kid is either comfortable with it, or I feel like that's where they need to be at this time. And if you want your child to be successful in the sport, you need to let them try things out and then stay consistent into what they're doing. And I only had maybe one parent the entire time I was coaching on my own team that complained. So
Yep.
it is
And you
what it
know-
is.
Yep. And funny thing is that as soon as you turn it around and say, okay, do you want to coach the team?
They
get
don't.
pretty quiet pretty quickly.
Yep.
So anyway, that was the last video. And I think we've gone like 43 minutes. So I think we should wrap this one up, and we should maybe end this episode watching that Sprite commercial one more time, and then we'll sign off.
Sounds good.
Wow, the stinger.
Timmy, I'm from the Dream Come True Fantasy Foundation. You ready to wrestle?
You bet. Mom, Dad, it's really him. Hold on. Now I'm ready.
It looks so real.
Don't count on Sprite to do anything but quench your thirst.
Love it. Love it.
Thing
Well,
said, yeet.
I love it, man. So, Jordan, that's episode 3 in the books. Any final words or parting thoughts for you as we leave episode 3?
That's it, man. That was fun. I love this. Next episode, we got to talk about that basketball clip I showed you.
Yes. Okay. Yep. You
Yeah.
got it, man.
All right.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. And we will see you next time.